So I feel like I'm talking with a hot potato in my mouth and this side of my face feels massive. God, I can actually hear I've got a lisp. Happy Friday. I thought I would do a slightly different twist today and just talk a little bit more in depth about just kind of like, how can I explain? I mean, you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video. It's about cool style, ways to get it, and just to tweak things that you've got or things that you may have thought of that give you that kind of cool girl look. And I just thought, you know what, why not just do a little chat video just talking through that. I also have a haul of things that I got in, so I'll be showing that as well. This jacket will be explained later on in the video. First off, I'm going to say that it's an attitude, it's a vibe, it's a way of being, it's a confidence. So that in itself will give you that vibe because it is something that is a common trait. Anyone you think of who you think in your eyes is cool, there's usually, first of all, cool is subjective in terms of explaining like who you think is cool is not what somebody else will, right? And vice versa. So it's very much a personal thing and boils back to personal style. But I think that one of the things that I tend to notice on anyone who I think is cool, and I'm not talking about social media, can be, but it's people on the streets. It's just, it could be anybody at any age, at any gender as well. But it's just a way of them being, and it's a confidence that they have. There is a relaxedness that they have to them. There's a way that they walk, there's a swag. And it doesn't have to be the way they walk, but I'm just talking about overall, just an attitude and a confidence that they have that gives off a cool vibe. Because they have that confidence, they're very sure in themselves, they love what they look like, they don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. And that in itself is, to me, the definition of edge. It's when you don't care so much, you're only focusing on yourself, and that's what matters. And it's like, F what anyone else thinks, I think I look great, and that's all that matters. So it's very much an attitudinal thing. Is that a word? Attitude, but attitudinal? It's about attitude. And that's all I'm going to say. And that's what I think is really important to realize. Ah, yeah, I wrote this all down on my phone. You juxtapose. Now, I've talked about juxtaposition a lot on my channel. And it's about wearing things that you wouldn't think would necessarily go together, but you put it together. And it's that clash. It's that yin yang. That's that sweet spot that makes it cool. Gives it that edge. The easiest one to think of is dresses, where you wear a dress and you wear it with like a pair of boots. Chunky boots, not like pointy, skinny boots. You wear them with a pair of docs, right? Something like this that makes anything look very cool and edgy. In fact, I could even imagine wearing these with what I'm wearing right now, and it instantly gives that kind of vibe. Another version is wearing something like this, much more directional, much more personal as well, because these are the Margiela tabbies. I know this is very much a love it or hate it, and I don't give a crap. I love them, and that's the same thing, by the way. The fact that I just said that. That's the whole point of this. It's like you own what you wear and you love it. It doesn't matter. You know there's people who are going to hate it. But actually, in a way, I kind of like that. I like that there's people who think like, oh no, I wouldn't wear those. So what? That's what makes it much more better for me, because I'm leaning harder into what I want to wear and not people pleasing or not caring what the kind of comments I'm going to get. Do you know what I mean? I think you need to realize that as well. When you think about whether it's something like this, or whether you think about anything that you've seen in the shop window, you think, oh, I could never wear that. Why not? It's in your head. That's why. And you start building reasons behind it. Oh, because I'm not pretty, I'm not skinny, I'm not young, I'm not tall. You start piling on reasons. I've got children, you're gonna find a reason as to why you can't wear it. And it was the justification that you have. Outside of having some kind of physical deformity or illness where you literally physically can't put that thing on, that is probably the reason that I will accept. Because it can't be about budget either, because you can find edge at any price point. Edge is not about your wallet, it's about your mind. It's about your eye, and it's about how you look at things. That is what is edge. That is what is personal style in the very beginning. The beauty thing. Now, this is really where I see people who are wearing what I would relatively think is very kind of classic look, but their hair is so edgy that in itself just edges the whole look up. Have you ever, leave a comment below if anyone has changed their hairstyle in a way that it changes the look of everything they wear. So they can wear a jean and t-shirt, but it looks so much better. Their whole wardrobe suddenly changes overnight because of their hair. I personally have noticed that because I'm always, as you know, changing my hairstyle. I love to change my hair all the time. I just feel like it's your personal style starts from the top of your head down to your feet. It doesn't start from like my neck down, because hair is a really powerful transformation, which is why it's really popular to see before and afters like with hair, because it really is a truly transformative process. It could just be the color of their hair. They'll suddenly put like a fringe or bangs, as Americans would say, and it suddenly just changes their face and it alters their attitude as well. Someone is leaning into a hairstyle that they really are embracing, their attitude changes. That is what I'm talking about. Like for me, I could wear this like bone straight, but I prefer to kind of keep it a little bit more, you know, kind of like rough around the edges. All about your personal opinion, your personal style, even your makeup as well. To me, edgier makeup is not something that's like very beauty pageant contestant looking, where you've got like the cut crease and the false eyelashes and the blush and the contour and the highlighter. You just keep going on and on. It's where you wear your makeup in a way that's a little bit more edgier. What does that mean? A little bit more undone, a little bit more messier. And it tends to be concentrated on one thing. Smoky eyes, anything else is just rather neutral. It could be just the lip and everything else is kind of neutral. It could be the cheeks. Do you know what I mean? But you focus on one thing and that is your look. It can be your signature. Outside of smoky eyes, which is one of my favorite things to do, I've started to experiment with just wearing eyeliner on my lower lash line. Because mostly eyeliners are always, like 99.9% of the time, eyeliner is on the top lashes. I've been experimenting with doing it on the lower lash line and I just love that look. It's very individual, it just gives like a freshness and it feels a bit more edgy to me when this is your definition of feeling edgy. A little bit more of a twist from the normal. Now next up are some pieces that I got in from, and I'm going to show you them right now because one of them is what I'm wearing right now, which is this edgy cool jacket. But let me just get in from the beginning and show you exactly what I got. I made sure that everything I picked up, by the way, are all chic, cool girl vibes. I have a feeling that you're going to like most of the pieces that I'm going to show you. I picked all of them from Urban Reviver. I worked with them for this part of the video. I have worked with them before, as you know, and it's been years now at this point. I feel like their collection's getting better and better, and this is probably the best one so far. And you can tell me in the comments below if you agree, because there are at least 4 things in this video that I guarantee you are all going to be like, what the, I can't believe this is from Urban Reviver, and I'm not kidding you. Those are fighting words. I love how Michael is sneaking in the background, highly unaware that there is a mirror behind me, which means he can be seen literally coming in, removing his reading glasses. But that's okay. You might as well just own it right now, Michael. Just leave my Urban Reviver boots in here, that's fine. This sweater first. Now, it's a long line cut, ribbed, and it always covers the wrist area, which is like a pet peeve of mine if it doesn't. And I'm pairing it with their long skirt, and I'm going to bring you down, and I'm going to show you the cutaways as well so you can see better. But this skirt is beautiful. Look at the long line cut. It's charcoal grey colour. It has this chic, ever so chic, long slit at the front and at the back. This is such an unusual kind of top, and you can wear it for like, I imagine wearing this if I'm going out for like an evening and I want to wear something that's warm, practical at the same time, right? But looks stylish. Before I put them on, these are the boots, and they are a classic fold over design, which I think at this point is not even a trend. I think this is like a new category of boot that's been created. I feel like Givenchy was the first, one of the first to like really make it popular, but it has been around way before that. Even Chanel did it. I love that it's got like very simple, sleek silver buckle and really edgy with your outfits. I'm going to show you how this looks on together. Hold on, I'm still here, but I had to turn you sideways. I know it's YouTube, but sod it. Look, I just want to show you sideways the whole look. I'm sorry, but my god, this is flipping everything. I'm gonna go back to horizontal because we're on YouTube. Okay, do not tell me, so I have to go much further back, but do not tell me that doesn't look good. It's flipping amazing. Love it, so good. All right, I'm gonna show you the next look. Oh my god, even when I'm walking, because the skirt is long and it's got that slit, look. Oh, flipping it, this is sick. This is so sick. Oh, I'm finished. It has 2 fasteners, so you can do one up here at the neck. You could do one up here, but I've just left it undone, and I've just done it here. It's like a hook; it just hooks on like that. But look at the sleeves. Look how plush this is. And of course, there's a pocket. This is the ultimate cropped cool girl jacket, and it looks like $1 zillion or £1 million. You see how it's moving. Imagine outside when it's breezy and you're like this, and you know how it's, because it's so soft. Oh shit, it's gonna look so good. Look, when you're walking outside and it's breezy, look, it's gonna do this. It's so good. That is donkey.
Wow.
This is sick.
That's good.
This is sick. This is so sick, right?
By the way, those boots felt so soft.
Did they? Yeah, they are. And they're giving Givenchy kind of vibe. They look like I'm wearing leather trousers underneath them. Oh, look at this. That's what I'm saying. This Urban, you literally, I know I said this before, but this time you did outdo yourself. This is by far the best collection that I've ever worn and picked from you. This jacket is ridiculous. I think it's coming out a little bit brighter on camera than it is in person. Look at the sleeves. It's just so sick. This just with a pair of jeans and ankle boots, like a pair of like heeled, like little kitten heel or something. So chic and like straight cut jeans. Wow, this is the chicest, most warm as well jacket. Look how soft this, look at that. You can see how soft this is. This feels like air. And it's got a wide sleeve, right? That's what gives it that long, kind of chubby, I call it, look. This is beyond. It's so, I can't get over how good this is. I took the knit out because the knit was like, because it's at an angle, it was like sticking out. I don't think it worked. Just wearing like a polo neck, turtleneck under this would be perfect. Or if you're going out for a night, like a date night, wear it like that. Just so chic. This is the Cool Girl Guide. Oh my God. So I picked up their hot pants as well. So good. It's like a kind of wool material. Has pockets on as well, and you know how I always tell you about the gaping, it goes in at the back and it's a good length. This is like a good, like, you know, if you're going to like, if you're invited to like a party or something, I would wear these hot pants instead of wearing like a short mini skirt. I'm already baking, just keeping this jacket on, but I wanted to just so you could see the look of wearing this look with the hot pants. That whole look of something like oversized but cropped up top. So the long skirts will show if you want to wear it like the way I had it a moment ago. But that's it. Let me know what you think. I already know what you think. I'm just going to move on to the next one. So then I saw this beautiful skirt and I had to pick her up. Let me just show you a little bit. Midi skirt, 2 slits on either side. This built-in belt here. It's so chic and so simple. This kind of skirt, these never go out because of that. They're just so simple. Sweater, that knit that I love, all I did was I just tucked it in. It slips really nicely. There's no bulking. So nice, super chic. This is a skirt you're gonna have forever as well in your wardrobe, and it just looks so, so good. But wait till you see the coat that goes on top. Just wait, hold on. Chanel-esque looking jackets. This is like the coat version of that. It's got that signature like grey mix all over it in tweed, and I just love this cuff sleeve detail, the way this is trimmed all the way around in this contrasting ivory, and it goes up both sleeves and it just is like a spine that goes down the back. The cut on this coat is so perfect. They're really, really sharp and it just lays so, so nicely. This is a beautifully made coat. Love the way it looks together. Such a chic vibe. The fit is perfection. I love that they're able to come up with pieces that it's not trendy, but it's contemporary. So it's a nod to what is currently going on, not to the point of like on the nose, like they're literally copying it. And one thing I've always liked about them as well is that they always run like limited quantities, which is why they run out quicker, because they run very sustainably. They don't have like tons and tons and hundreds of thousands of pieces. Once they're finished with those pieces, they're gone. So the next look is this jumper. One of those easy neutral colors, like brown, flecks of gold, and like purpley blue. And I love this neck, just nice and high. It's perfect. This is exactly the kind of neck I like. See, because all you see is like my head. To not tuck it, I'm just leaving it long like this. So that's just the look, just super easy, right? It's another faux fur jacket. This one's longer, lighter kind of beigey brown color, super soft as well, nice and long on the arms, pockets of course. You can see the whole look here. I love it. There's nothing I can't say about this. It's giving, it looks like a vintage jacket that I just found. And I got, look at that. This is so good. And you just go down like this. And you can have like a hat, if you want a hoodie on and just wear it like baggy jeans and completely change the look. I love that with a pair of trainers on, or sneakers as you would say in America. Right, this is so sick. Oh my God, this really does look like a vintage jacket. It's lovely. This is sick. This is like the vintage jacket find that I didn't find. They found it for me. Oh, just keep it forever and it'll become vintage too. Look at that. I know you can't feel it, but imagine being outside in the wind, waiting for your Uber to go home or to go out. Oh my God, this is so chic. And just wear it during the day. Like I said, the way, just with like denim, just to dress it down. Love it. I'm not gonna say anything. Just gonna put the coat on. Chocolate brown, wool mix coat. Urban. Same again. Look at the cut of this. You can see it also back on the side here, but look at the cut. Sick. You cannot tell me this is not one of the top colors of the season, which is brown. Imagine this with burgundy. In fact, let's not imagine it. Hold on. Chocolate brown is one of those colors that actually is just like a soft take on black. It's a forever neutral and you can dial it up or down with the same chic midi skirt. Coming a bit closer so you can see the details, peaked lapels as well. Absolutely gorgeous. And then it has like these buttons as well going along, and these are all functioning buttons, by the way. So this with a t-shirt or just like a jumper and just wear, like I said, like a pair of jeans. Gorgeous. Always loved a good leopard print skirt. I just want to show you this one. Little sparkles in it. Here's one, here's one, here's one. So it's sprinkled throughout and it just adds this like shimmer, like the sun is going to hit it and this skirt is just going to look so beautiful and shimmer. Dress down, sorry, I am down here, right, with just like simple knit. Oh my God, it looks so chic. And I love the idea of just wearing something like off-white. I'm literally at a loss for words. How cool is this trench coat? But it's also a dress, part of a dress that looks like a coat when you put them both together. The neckline, it's just, I'm speechless. The coolest look. Super well made. And then just add polo neck. It has poppers going all the way from the neck, all the way down to the very hem, right? And you just open them as much as you want. So you can just leave it. You know that look where it's just like slightly open like that? Has a zip as well. And you can open that if you want. Look how well made this is. It's ridiculous. It's so good. This is the coolest look. That's what this video is. It's all about cool girl looks. I'm gonna take off the jacket. You can see as well in the cutaways. Completely removable. And I love the side ties, so you can cinch the jacket. Just add that skinny turtleneck, so you've got like your sleeves, your arms covered, and just, this is your look. This to me is also a really cool, effortless corporate job look. Do the combination, it's giving like kind of Philip Lim, Phoebe Philo. Wow, this might be my favorite thing that I found. Although those fur coats are good. And the brown coat. Yeah, the list goes on. This, right? Tell me, I want to know, I actually seriously want to know, which is your favorite? I have a discount code. As if these things aren't affordable enough, then they come around and give me a code for you. So it makes it even less. But whatever the price it ends up being, no one would ever guess it because it just does not look it because it's so well made. The design on this is insane. This is a different talking piece. When you wear this, somebody's going to say to you, where did you get that coat? It's a denim midi skirt and I really like the colour of it. It just reminds me of like Japanese denim. The belt is a little bit wide on one side and it just gets skinny on the other side. So you can see like in the cutaways that I styled it with the brown jacket, the brown coat. I love this coat because it's long, but it's structured. This jacket, So good. I'm going to show you this now. It kind of has like a old school vibe to it. It feels very retro 80s. I think it works because it's a leather jacket that already has like this loose kind of look to it. I love this detailing on the sides. Brown, rich color. Really outdid them. Look at the way it goes in on the back. They really outdid themselves. They've just done them so well. I kind of like that kind of Phoebe vibe, and it feels more designer to have it just worn up, like more of a yeah, it feels more like a designer piece when I wear it up. Super soft, it's wide enough so you can wear your jumpers underneath it. And the last piece I picked up, it's a classic shirt, but what makes it different is, I'll just show you here, it has almost like these cool like little button details. It's such a simple idea, but it makes such a big difference. Silk, you know what brushed silk feels like? Thin velvet feel. That's how this feels. Just like that. So it doesn't feel like a cotton shirt. Long sleeves, you know how they always do it. You don't have to wear it completely done up. I am, because I just love that look with shirts in general. Like I said earlier, these pieces are already a good price because it's Urban Reviver, but there's a code anyway to get more on top. All the links, you know where they are. They're going to be listed in the description box below. I'll also make sure to put the size of every single piece that I got, so you understand based on what I am, what you might be, and creating interesting silhouettes. This is definitely something to me that is part of that cool aesthetic for your wardrobe. I'm talking about even this, for example. This is much more kind of baggier and looser up top, and it's cropped. So it's a short crop jacket, and I'm pairing it with a longer line skirt. One thing over the other, not just wearing all skinny or all oversized. You're playing with balance and what is part of understanding your aesthetic as well, and what your shape is, your body shape is. I even think that wearing looser and longer, there's something about that feels very kind of relaxed. And I think that word relaxed is a common theme throughout the definition of what is cool. You look at that person and you almost relax as you, because they are so relaxed in what they're wearing. It's easy to look at. It feels easy to look at. They look very comfortable, very just, it's just undone about it, and I love that. But at the same time, it can also be skinny. It doesn't have to be oversized. Oversized is just a word that I think is kind of just trending and is almost like overused right now. But you know, there was a time when it was all about skinny and skinny jeans and stuff like that. But again, these are all trends. Just like oversized is a trend, skinny was a trend. Heidi Slimane, and being the creative director with Saint Laurent and also with Men's Dior, you know, just going back, I think of his aesthetic, and it was all about like the rock and roll girl or boy, and that kind of like slim kind of look. Think about Teddy Boys. I'm literally rewinding in time historically of what I've known about from fashion, and just seeing what was considered cool back then and what is not cool now, and vice versa. But what is cool now is probably maybe not going to be cool, you know, next 20, 30, 40 years from now. Do you know what I mean? So it really is just a snapshot of what the definition of edge and cool is at this current time. But I think it's something that changes all the time. But one of the biggest common threads of it is seeing the play with proportions and silhouette. Another one, yeah, this is so true, is just your underwear. Like wearing a smoking jacket, right? You're wearing like a suit, like a men's suit, but there's no bra. You know, if you've got like flat light switches, then you can get away with that. But there's something kind of very cool about that. And people know you're not wearing a bra either, because it's cut so low. Cool, kind of effortless confidence. These words keep popping up. And that to me is what is the definition of just having that owning that coolness of whatever it means to you. It could be wearing a bra that's intentionally made that you want to wear it out because it's so beautiful, but you bought it with that intention. Maybe with like a mensy type of shirt, sense of, I don't give a if you don't like it, I love this look, and that's all that matters. Even wearing things where it's sheer a little bit so you can see the underwear. There's something very edgy and cool about that. I love that. I think it gives a very modern twist. Everything I'm saying here is very subjective though. I know it's probably going to drum up a lot of hate when I do videos like this. Maybe not, because I think I'm appealing to those who are interested in really going a step further from what they're wearing at the moment. But that to me is what the sweet spot is. It's of creating a sense of ownership, is what makes you so cool, right? It doesn't have to be defined by anything else. I'm not to tell you you're cool, and you don't have to tell me I'm cool. you already feel it within yourself. And that's the whole point. Sheerness to me with clothing is such a cool way to do it. When you're playing with underwear, but it's like outerwear, underwear. You've seen it come down the runway and even translated now. And I honestly believe that a lot of these are just trends that they saw on the street and they just turn around and reinterpret it. We have like built in now, like skirts that has like, oh, I'm going to show you one right now. Notice the jacket, the fur jacket is already here in my wardrobe. I'm telling you, I'm keeping these jackets, are just too cool. Things like this, where it's already built in. Now this is by Jason Wu. Now I bought this, it's actually slightly too big for me, but I don't care, so I'm gonna wear it anyway. But I love the fact that, oh my God, I can see it with this jacket. This is taking a normal skirt and making it feel edgy. That's all they're doing. And this is something that I've seen time and time again. So another point is how you layer. Layering is everything. It takes something from how you dress to how you style. It really is, it's the building blocks. You start with the basics and then you start to build and build and build. It's taking a dress and you're wearing on top of a pair of trousers or on top of a pair of jeans. You take a dress and make it edgy instantly just by doing that. Love that look. And again, you're starting to see designers who are kind of building in that look. I think about my apron jeans. These by West, O-U-E-S-T. I picked these up in Paris. I've talked about these before. These are so cool. I fell in love with these. It's a men's shop, by the way. I didn't give a toss. And that's also what I'm talking about. It's adding in things that's from other departments that makes that edge in your wardrobe. But you can see what I'm talking about this kind of like apron-like front that they built into the jeans. This kind of Japanese denim look to it. That kind of thinking of the skirt over the jeans. You can obviously create this kind of look or you can get it already ready-made, because I'm seeing so many designers now are creating this kind of vibe. Bottega Veneta, they recently, I felt like, took it a step further where they incorporated a skirt and a trouser with a one-legged trouser and the other leg was a skirt. I'll see if I can find some images on the screen and show you here. That to me is when you are now layering, but you're taking it to that next level. And it's just an evolution of that initial point, which is skirts over jeans or over trousers. The fastest, easiest way to edge up your outfit is a pair of sunglasses. It's a trick that a lot of people do during Fashion Week because it truly is one of the fastest ways to edge up and give a kind of eclectic sense to your outfit, and it's just to find a really interesting pair of sunglasses. I'll show you just a couple right now because it's so true. Anyway, so these, for example, and it's a way of communicating something about you without doing too much. It's another way to add something edgy to your wardrobe is just adding vintage. I don't need to talk to you anymore, I think, about my love for vintage. It runs so deep. But I think the reason I fell in love so much with vintage is because of, it was two things. It was budget, when I was going for like the lower price vintage places. And the second was because of, it was an edge. It just gave a really cool perspective to my outfits that no high street could replicate. So I would dip into vintage, and I still do, to pull together something that feels very unique and feels very special. And that, to me, is what keeps an edge to an outfit, because it's so unexpected, where you find things that you would never think to add. That yin and yang, that juxtaposition I was talking about, is why vintage will forever be one of those favorites and features that I love the most in my wardrobe. I own so much vintage at this point where I don't shop as much for vintage as I used to. I don't like do hauls of it like you used to see me do, because I don't have as much space, and I've already created so many pieces from over the years that I don't need to anymore. So when I do shop for vintage, it's surgical. I'll find one thing and that will last me for months. You know, I'm not going to every other week go and do vintage shopping because I don't need it. I'm not going to shop for the shopping's sake. I think that's kind of, it's, first of all, it's not sustainable, even if it's vintage, but at the same time, it just, you're just shopping just to shop versus actually enjoying the pieces that you've already acquired. And you just get designers of today that will dip into vintage. That's why they do it all the time, because there's so much, the archive is so deep of what it can do and how it can transform your outfits, that it's just one of those things that will be a forever. Now, I may have already touched on this before, but the fact of edge is about being a little bit undone is something that I think is warranted to discuss, because it really is about it's like the opposite of cool and edgy, in my opinion. No offense, Charlotte from Sex and the City, but she represents what is very prim, very proper, and very ladylike and precise. And I think that is the sharp polar opposite to edge, which is more about doing. She would hate this video. All these things I'm mentioning, she'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? Ugh, I think it looks so unfeminine. I think it looks so bad to wear that with that and wear that with that and to not have your hair done properly and blah, 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 blah. You know, that, but that's projecting your opinions onto someone else's. You're projecting your taste and your aesthetic onto somebody else's aesthetic. And that's always wrong, which is why I never been a lover or understand why anyone will like hate on somebody else's look, because all you're doing is self-projecting. You're giving your opinions because it's based on what your style is, and you're projecting it onto somebody else's style. That's somebody else's style. It's not your style. So you need to just own that fact and just acknowledge it and move on. Do you know what I mean? Being undone, it feeling more like you. I feel like I always have to go out every day. My outfit has to have something that feels very like undone about it. It can't all be perfect. If it looks like I'm wearing like a very smart coat, I can't wear like a smart structured bag with it. That's too much. I've got to wear them separately. I'll wear the smart structured, like the Kelly bag, for example, which is structured, and I'll pair it with, I don't know, like baggy jeans and trainers and like, I don't know, like a beat up leather jacket, because I want that yin and yang. It's that kind of style. But that juxtaposition, that yin and yang, is something I mentioned before. But it's that sense of being undone and not being perfect is what I'm trying to mention here. Oh, another good one, which is taking day or night pieces and literally swapping them and wearing them in the opposite times. So for example, a dress that you would normally think would be associated with during the day. This is the Christmas, coming up to the Christmas holiday. Well, this is holiday season. Can't believe it's actually December. Yes. We'll take like sequin dresses, because you're going to see a lot of like party dresses and stuff worn for night times, right? But there's certain ones like long sequin dresses. There is nothing wrong with wearing that during the day with a pair of boots. That's very much my style. I'm going to show you something that I have, which is very much like that, in my opinion. Where is it? It's actually vintage. I haven't worn it in a while, but I need to dig her out and wear her. But it's this piece right here. And I love the idea of just wearing this with like my Doc Martens. It's a long vintage dress. I've actually worn it back to front. This is the front of it, and this is a back. It's super long, it's tiered, and you can see it's like very, very kind of like, almost like 1940s flapper-esque dress. I will always have this dress. It's like one of the top 5 vintage finds of all time. I've had this dress for about 10 years. And it still fits, thank goodness. But wearing it with like boots, to me, is like the perfect way to just like clash this. And I literally came back from the dentist, which is why I've got a change of clothes on. And I might be talking a bit weird because I just had this side of my face numbed. So I feel like I'm talking with a hot potato in my mouth, and this side of my face feels massive. God, I can actually hear I've got a lisp. My gosh, I'm so sorry. This video is literally all over the place, but this is the last point, I promise, which is really about wearing black, which is what I wore when I went out to the dentist. The foreverness of black. I feel like when you're thinking about edginess and fall and winter, especially, because we're in winter now, let's face it, I feel like black will always be that forever, perennial, easy way to have edge. And I think what makes it the most interesting is what we've already known, which is to mix it with different textures, even like a black faux fur or vintage fur coat or jacket, you know, and you wear like a hoodie underneath it. That instantly makes it feel much more undone, relaxed. Just one of those colors that will always be, it will always associate with, to me, edge, because of that darkness. It's almost like the anti-color when you wear black, and that's how I feel about that color in general. And especially when you wear it in like tougher fabrics, like in leathers, that to me makes it feel even more edgy. But anyway, that's it. Those are my tips on, and just my thoughts really on just adding edge to wardrobe. And I wanted to also add in obviously what I picked from Urban Revival. Best pieces I've found so far from them, right? Honestly, so sick. Really cool, really edgy, actually, pretty rock and roll, some of those pieces, in my opinion, especially like the faux fur jackets. Those are like, I can't get over those. All my sizes are below. Let me know what you get, okay? I'm done. I'll talk to you next week. Friday, as usual, you know, I'm on TikTok. KarenBritChick. I literally can't talk. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. Anyway, I'm sorry this video was all over the place, but give this video a thumbs up if you got some ideas about just edging up your wardrobe for the winter and just kind of like what the essence of it actually is, okay? And subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I'll see you next week Friday, all right, my loves? Take care.